Well, never one to shy away from a fight. You had another one coming your way. And that was over the COVID vaccine. And we covered that on this show, too. You're basically a co-cast member with me.
You were covering me, and I didn't even know. Megyn.
No, you didn't. You had other more important things to do. So you had some doubts about the COVID vaccine and whether you needed it. And you had COVID, right? You had natural immunity and you knew that. And I just remember somebody getting in your face and asking you, and you just gave such a thoughtful answer on, all the places you've been intellectually thinking about it and why you decided it really wasn't for you. And the headlines in the papers were, oh, he said he watched some Trump rallies and decided not to take the vaccine. It was like completely misleading, fake news. And they're trying to paint you as some like MAGA guy who just has the cap on and is like, screw the vaccine. So what was the truth about all that?
For me, that was definitely the first time that I kind of was like, oh, fake news really is a thing. But yeah, so when COVID first started, off and, everybody is so gripped with fear, everywhere. And, understandably so with the pictures that were coming out of China and all these different things that were going on. It's like people were terrified. And as I just began to kind of, first it started off with Trump and, he was talking about, getting the vaccine and all these different things. And everyone was like, heck no, I would never trust that thing in a million years. And then with the turn of the presidency, everything just flipped. And it was like, this thing is going to be mandatory and all these different things. So for me, it was kind of easy for me kind of just looking out to just take a step back. And I'm like, okay, let's think about this thing. What are the people saying? They're saying that, right now there's a 99.97 survival rate. I can see, on Twitter and different things that even the conversation around natural immunity is being shot down. They're not talking about it. Just the craziness on Twitter and people being upset and demeaning people who are hesitant and all these different things. So, and taking my step back, I said, look, okay, I'm healthy. I've already had COVID. I had already done some research. I actually connected with a doctor, out at UCLA who was, getting in trouble because he wouldn't take it and then ended up getting fired. And so I was asking him a lot of questions and learning, on my own. And so I said, look, I'm healthy. I'm in the best shape of my life. I don't have any comorbidities. I've already had COVID. I have a level of natural immunity. I'm okay. And I said, you know what? For me, I don't see the wisdom in opening myself up to the possibility, albeit rare, of having a severe reaction to the vaccine and still possibly catching COVID and passing it on anyway. Mm-hmm. And so that was my, synopsis. And I kind of was just like, to me, that's fair. And, if anybody else is scared or worried about, their health, then they should go get the vaccine and more power to them. But I don't think this is right for me. And then also seeing people's religious and medical, exemptions being denied, it was just distasteful. And people getting fired and all those things. So I just said, this is not for me. And then that's when the Rolling Stone article dropped where, the team had reached out and said, there's this reporter for the Rolling Stone. He wants to interview. And we have a great interview. Like, this guy loves me. Like, we're cool. We're chatting it up. He's like, oh, I agree with you. All these different things. Just I'm thinking a genuine conversation. And I share with him the same things that I just shared with you. And the article drops and it says, Jonathan Isaac came to his COVID, vaccine hesitancy by watching Donald Trump press conferences and studying Black History Month. And then I waited for people to die to make my decision. And I'm like, what?
That's literally what it says.
I was so angry.
Exactly.
I was so angry. And I was like, how is this even possible? How is this even fair? And that's when, again, like another veil of like, oh man, this is bigger than a vaccine. This is obviously political. This is obviously biased. This is obviously about protecting an agenda. And that's when I'm like, okay, full stop. Like, this is bad. And so I'm on the phone with my pastor, with Doc, that night. And I'm like, people are on Twitter calling me crazy and stupid. And I sound stupid based on this article. And he's like, well, you have an opportunity, because the next day was media day with the team. So he's like, you have an opportunity to clear the air. If they ask you about it, then just share. And so that's what I did. And the video goes viral, has like 8 million views in a week. And people are like, oh, he sounds reasonable. And I'm like, yeah, thank you.
Inflation is at its highest level in 40 years. Interest rates are skyrocketing and a recession could soon be coming. Caught between runaway inflation and a recession, our retirement accounts are in real danger, and you know that if you ever check them. If you want to protect your future, call the precious metal dealers I trust, American Hartford Gold. They can show you how to protect your savings and retirement accounts by diversifying your portfolio with physical gold and silver. It's all about diversification. All it takes to get started is a short phone call. They will have physical gold and silver delivered right to your door or inside your IRA or 401k. American Hartford Gold makes it easy. They are the highest rated firm in the country with an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau, and they have thousands of satisfied clients. Call them now and they will give you up to $1,500 of free silver on your first qualifying order. Call 866-518-2955. That's 866-518-2955. Or you can just text my name, Megyn, Megyn, to 65532. 65532. Okay? So again, that's call 866-518-2955 or text my name, Megyn, to 65532. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you like what you just saw, hit the subscribe button for more clips and full episodes.